so many moose prints and deer prints over here. It's crazy. It's like a highway through here. Hi everyone, I'm Alex, this is Jess. We are Tents and Timber. If this is your first video that you're tuning into with us, we like to document and share our adventures with everybody. So currently, if you didn't see the last video, we are on day 3 of a backcountry canoe trip, guided canoe trip with MHO Adventures. And we woke up to a pretty rainy morning this morning.
It rained all night last night.
We were on this nice beach site, so it made everything just really sandy for us to clean up this morning. But our guides were phenomenal. We have 2 guides, and they fired up the the campfire, and they were able to cook us the most delicious breakfast. It was like an apple crumble on a Dutch oven, so they had the coals and embers and charcoal that they actually brought along. So it was absolutely delicious.
All right, come line up. It's getting served hot.
Yeah, so during and after breakfast, it was able to clear up a little bit. So our tents dried, thankfully, from the night before. And we were able to get packed up, dry, and then we got into the canoes and started our first paddle lesson to get on the rapids.
But I really can't for the life of me remember why.
Your jacket fills with water, though, right?
So both the guides got all of us in the canoes, and we practiced just different paddle strokes on how to, maneuver into the rapids and get out of the rapids. and learned all the different terms. It was really great. We both really enjoyed it and got a lot from it because Jess and I have never paddled any rapids before.
Lots of flat water lakes has mainly been our method of adventure for the past 10 years. So this is our first rapid, so it's awesome that they're taking the time to teach us before we hit the rapids.
And if you watch any other outdoorsy people, there's been a bunch recently. Joe Robinette earlier this year flipped his canoe in some pretty chilly water, and Lost Lakes, Jonathan from Lost Lakes, he also had a couple spills in some whitewater. So we really wanted to dial in our skills, and that's why we're pumped to be out here with MHO, and we've been learning an absolute ton. So we've had some great lessons this morning and then ran our very first rapids. It poured, absolutely poured rain almost all morning. The sun is just kind of coming out now, but the rain comes and goes. Around the next bend in the river, our lead guide yelled back, "Helmets on!" meaning there was a rapid up ahead. So we quickly and excitedly threw on our helmets in anticipation of our first rapid.
Good? Alright. First rapids.
Luckily for all of us, somebody actually discovered what looked like a small hint of a portage trail before the rapids. This would allow us to actually go and scout the rapids before trying to run down them blind. So we drifted all in together, tied up all of our canoes, climbed the steep embankment to the start of this portage trail, and then made our way down this slightly overgrown portage trail that was completely soaked from all of the morning's rain. Every now and then, as we walked the portage trail, there would be an opening in the trees where our guides would group us all up and point out objects in the river, such as rocks, or where our canoes should be at that exact portion in the rapids. And then once we reached the end of the portage trail, our guides grouped us all up and went over the whole plan.
There's a couple things we want to talk about with that. Number one, we talked about the idea of yesterday that we're going to be using today with the idea of loose hips. So loose hips is allowing your upper body to stay relatively stable while your lower body is moving with the boat. And that's why we're in our thigh straps, and that helps us move with the boat. Because if you're in the back of the boat, it's kind of hard to see what's in front of you because you're blocked by the person in the front. So the person in the front is going to be the person who is shouting out any directions if they see it. Now, when you're shouting out directions in the front, we always say we want to shout positive directions. So if there's a rock on my right, and I see that rock, and I'm in the bow of the boat, and I say, "Hey Jake, there's a rock on the right," I go like this.
The beat's facing that way before he gets to the beat.
Good?
Which is your, which side are you comfortable on?
Okay.
Having successfully run our first section of Whitewater River ever, we celebrated with the guides and the guests with a few snacks at the base of the rapids. From there, we jumped right back into practicing. So we would paddle up as close to the base of the rapids as we could get, enter into the fast-flowing current, and then spin our boat around and paddle down with the current, and then exit out of the fast-flowing current, or eddy out into the slower moving sections of the river. It was an excellent way to build up our confidence and our skills. From there, we didn't have to paddle all too far before we reached our second rapid of the day. With big giant smiles on all of our faces after having successfully run 2 different sets of rapids this morning, we entered into a more leisurely section of the river where we were able to just kind of sit back and relax and soak in all the excitement from this morning and the beautiful scenery around us. So we've stopped here on this cute little beach on the side of the river, and our guides are just whipping up some lunch with the rest of the guests that are out here with us. So,
Let's go eat.
in saying that, I'm pretty hungry. It's about 1:30. Ooh, my watch is fogging up here.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Well
So
worn.
lots of mosquitoes. There's one on this camera right now.
Yeah, I do have my bug jacket on. It is early July, so we are in peak bug conditions, but the water level's awesome for rapids.
Yeah, it's been a blast. So let's go eat some lunch.
Let's do it.
All right.
I was trying to talk about nice, about how inhospitable this river is, and a little. What? You know, I just didn't want to bring the huge one. I was like, I don't think we're gonna use it. I don't think we should have. I almost just thought to bring that out, but this is too big. Can you almost know it?
If there was one sauce in the world I could choose for us, now it would be Yes.
Bacon ketchup sandwich is the best.
Pave the way. Thank you, Alex.
What? Nobody else did this?
No,
About to.
not a single person.
About to. That's why I put it out. I was like,
Bacon and
we'll have it.
ketchup
So
does not
it's
seem to be
okay
a
for me to have
combo.
it.
This thing, oh my god, this is what I grew up on.
That turns me off.
Really?
Boy,
Guess what? You just ate it.
Lettuce.
That's Alf.
You're too young for Alf.
God said, there shall be you getting to this. Yeah, it comes up from the creek.
big old moose print right here. It's not that old with all the rain that we've been having.
We've arrived at our final destination for today, and it's a beautiful campsite. This time we are not sleeping on the beach, we are sleeping on the interior. There's a huge amount of tent pads, which is fantastic because we have, I think, 8 tents. So we need 8 tent pads. So Alex and I have scouted out a spot and we're going to get our tent set up. And it's a little buggy. I have my bug jacket on. Looks good, right?
Got it?
Yeah.
Outside one, inside one, I forget.
I don't think inside one.
Okay.
I think I would keep it covered.
Okay.
Shimmy, shake.
You can just hear that sand pouring out of there. A great big moose. Okay. So one thing Jess and I have done is we put our barrel underneath the awning of our tent. That way in the morning, in case it's pouring rain, we have the ability just to unzip our zipper here and still keep the awning covering us, and we're able to pack our barrels even if it's pouring rain. So that's what we did this morning actually, and it worked out quite well. So we're gonna attempt it again tonight because the rain doesn't want to stop. Okay, it's definitely raining again, so you're gonna stay in here. Whew. Bugs are a little bad out here, so I got my bug net on. One of the few tasks that you might be asked to help out with here with MHO is to gather firewood. They cook over all their meals over the fires, so they need lots and lots of firewood. So just out here braving the bugs deep in the forest, trying to find some firewood so we can eat tonight. Break it off. Oh yeah, look at that.
All right, as Alex just said, we are camping in mid-July at the moment. Little buggy, but do not let that deter you from getting out there. That's the most important part, is getting out there, having adventures, getting outside, making some new friends. Everyone here at MHO has been absolutely incredible so far. We're so excited with the group that we're traveling with, and we're finally excited to have some sun right now. Can you see this? Probably can't see me in my bug net, but it's glorious. We're super excited. We're gonna be having dinner soon together as the group. And yeah, looking forward to the next day and the next great adventure.
gonna get us. We're all gonna be in the dark in the morning, so we're all gonna sleep.
Okay, we got to share the note.
Probably. Then that you can follow our
I think that's it.
I remember as a teenager, we would start fire with a deodorant.
With deodorant? Stuck in this thing. Something along those lines.
Do you want to give me a script?
Nope. I'll write it out right here. You just read it off my hand.
We have
High five.
arrived